Guys, in today's video, I'm going to help you write your first guitar song, so let's dive into it right now. Writing your own music can be really intimidating for most people. In fact, I delayed 5 years before I wrote my first song on the guitar. So I'd been playing guitar for 5 years. I could play hundreds of songs, but I was too paralyzed to write my own music. I just didn't believe in myself enough to do that until one day, one of my friends who played in bands and had written a bunch of songs, he said to me, dude, you just do it. You just sit down with your guitar and you just do it. And so not long after that, I sat down with my guitar. I said, today I'm gonna write a song. And I wrote my first song. I think I wrote 2 songs that day. And then I wrote my 3rd song and 4th song and so on and so forth. The thing is though, is songwriting does not have to be intimidating like most people feel. Now there's lots of different ways that you can approach songwriting, but the one that we're going over today is the one that I use the most. Now, a couple mental things to get through your head first before you start writing a song. 1, you're not writing a hit song. Don't think of it that way. And don't think that you're writing some grand masterpiece like Beethoven's symphonies or you know, the White Album or something like that. Convince yourself first that you're not writing a hit song right now. What you're doing is you're just writing to be creative and to have fun. So the approach we're going to take today is first coming up with some music, some chord progressions, and then putting melody on top of that. Whether you're singing it or you're playing it, it's totally up to you. So this approach is coming from the perspective of somebody who grew up listening to the Beatles and a lot of 70s and 80s classic rock, and then really came to age in the 90s and early 2000s with alternative stuff and pop punk. So when I think of writing a song, what I think of is taking chords, playing chords, and then singing on top of it. To me, that's like the basis, the most fundamental part of a song. So that's what we're going to work on today. The first thing that you have to do is you have to grab some chords. Now, if you know what chords sound good together, what chords are in a key together, that's going to make your life a lot easier. If not, here's a pro tip, just steal chords from songs that you like. If you hear a song and you're like, hey, I like the sound of that song, you can go look up what those chords are and use those chords. Now, don't just blatantly steal it and copy everything. There's lots of lawsuits happening about that right now, but you can use that as inspiration to go like, oh, I like how that chord and that chord sounds together. Now, to make things easy today for this video, we're just going to be in the key of E. So I'm going to use E and F sharp minor and G sharp minor and A and B and C sharp minor. At the end of the video, I'm going to link you to a video on how exactly to play these chords that I'm playing today. Now, here's the trick. Generally, you start with 1 chord. So pick what chord you want to start with. For now, I'm going to stick with E. So I'm just going to start playing E. That'll work. Once you have something that you're starting with, all songwriting is making choices. That's it. So you're going to start with a chord and you're going to ask yourself, is how I'm playing this what I'm going for it? Do I like this sound? Does this express what I want to get across, right? So if you're feeling sad, how do you play that chord so that it sounds more sad? Or if you're happy, how do you play that chord so that it sounds happy? Right? Or if you're angry, how are you going to play it if you're angry? Right? There's different choices that you get to make. That's the beauty of this, is it's all choices and you are the deciding factor. So you're going to ask yourself, do these chords sound right together? Is this the feeling I'm going for? Does the rhythm that I play express what I want to say? Does the texture or the dynamics, how I'm playing it? So if I'm playing the full chord like this, or if I'm picking it, what is it that I need to do to get what I want? And so to experiment with that, what you do is you just start playing. You just start going for what you want. And then maybe you pick another chord. And the whole time, you're asking yourself these questions in the back of your mind, like, do I like that? Is that what I'm going for? Does that sound good? Is that what I want to do? And you adjust as needed. You can ask yourself, do I like how long I played that chord? Should I change chords earlier? Should I play louder? Should I play softer? Should I play faster? Should I play slower? Is there anything that I want to add to that or remove from it or just change completely? What do I want to do, right? All of these questions will cycle through the back of your head as you're doing this. Now, here's the trick. You don't overthink it. You just go for it. There's part of you that has to just completely let go and let things happen while you let these questions, these choices cycle in the back of your head. So let's put together this little chord progression like this. And like I did there at the end, you just kind of explore and play around with different things as you can. So let's say that I like this, going between E and A. This is an A suspended second chord. I like going back and forth a little bit between those, and then going up to the C sharp minor right here, and the B, and then going back to E, right? So let's say that we're going to use that chord progression for a verse. And so now I can sit there and I can play that and I can just think of melodies off the top of my head. So what I like to do is I play that chord progression over and over and over, and I just kind of sing nonsense. I sing syllables, and my main focus is the rhythm of the melody. If you can get a good solid rhythm for your melody before you're worried about pitch and everything, it's going to make it feel like it fits the chords that you're playing and fits the song a lot better than if you're trying to shove words in first and the melody and all that stuff. So I focus on rhythm first and the melody second and then words. So really raw, this is literally, guys, I've not played this before. I'm just making this up as I go. This is what I would do. That. So let's try again. So that's just totally raw. That's where it starts out. And I'm just making this up off the top of my head. So don't judge the singing or anything right now, because this is the most raw state. This is the part that most people don't ever show you, is doing this raw stuff. Now, more choices that you get to make. Let's say that you come up with that chord progression. You come up with a melody that you like. You finalize that melody. You find words that fit the melody. Then you get to ask yourself, well, what sections do I want to have in this song? Do I want to follow a traditional verse, chorus, bridge, chorus? Do I want to do an AABA? How do I want to structure this song and start to put it together? And so just for fun, let's write something a little bit different. Let's do a verse and a chorus and a bridge, and then just close out with a chorus. So it's really short. I've actually heard that in a song before. It's just really quick, 3 different sections, wraps it up. So let's do just this for the verse. For the chords, I'm just going to use E and A and bounce back and forth between those. And then this is kind of the melody that I'm kind of feeling right now. then from there, I'm going to go into the chorus. Now, here's the trick. When you're writing different sections of a song, you want to have some kind of contrast. Now, you can just use the same chords, sing a totally different melody. There's a lot of songs that do that. But one thing that I like to do is I like to think of how can I make a different chord progression that kind of complements what I've been playing. So if I'm writing the verse first, I'm going to think about how can I play the chorus different and kind of give it a different feel. So since I'm using E and A here, I'm not going to just sit on those same two chords for the chorus. So let's do this. I'm going to go to the relative minor of my root chord, which is the C sharp minor in this. Your sixth chord in a major key is the relative minor of your first chord. So if I'm in the key of E, my C sharp minor chord is the relative minor of that. So I'm going to go to that chord. And I'm going to use that progression. This is a progression that gets used in tons of songs. It's a cool sounding one. It's C sharp minor, A, E, and then B. If you want to think of this in terms of chord function and how it goes, it's my 6th chord, my 4 chord, the 1, and then the 5. So let's play that and maybe change up the rhythm a little bit and come up with a different melody for this chorus section. That's a little too simple. One thing that I focus on is trying to make what I do memorable and simple, right? But I want it to be something that you're going to easily remember, something that's going to hook your ear, right? Too high. Work. Like, that's my second time playing it. So we're just going to go with it because, like I said, I'm not writing a hit song. This is for the garbage can. This is nothing, right? Now let's do a quick bridge. Now, if you're doing a traditional song form, you could go back and play the verse again and then play another chorus. And you could think about how to make that second verse slightly different from the first verse. It could be shorter. It could be longer. You could change up how it's played. You could change it, what instruments are playing with it. You could do all sorts of things. You get to make the decision on how you do that. It's just choices. It's just making choices. That's all it is. And there's no wrong answers. That's the good thing, because if you don't like something, go back or change it again or do something else, right? But for today, what we're doing is we're doing a verse, a chorus, and a bridge. So let's do a quick bridge really quick. Now, my verse starts on my E chord. Now, out of my available chords, I have E, F sharp minor, G sharp minor, A, B, C sharp minor. And those are the chords that I'm using today, right? So far I've been using E and A, and in the chorus, I started that on C sharp minor, and then played A, and then E, and then B. And so for this bridge, I want to start somewhere else. Now, as I was goofing around, I liked going on the bridge to start on my B chord. And I like that feel right there, because that gives you a totally different feel from the rest of the chorus or from the verse is doing my B and then my C sharp minor and then A. And then that'll actually set up nicely to go into a final chorus, going from that A chord into the C sharp minor. like that, so let's change it. Honestly, with the bridge, you have another decision that you can make as a guitar player, because you can go, do I want to have singing on the bridge, or do I just want to play guitar solo, right? And honestly, that's enough to start taking that song, finalizing the melody, putting the words in, and getting it performance ready. And then you get to decide, is this something that I'm actually going to play for other people? Am I just going to record it for myself and save it? What am I going to do? But here's the most important thing. The problem that most people have with songwriting is they don't finish the song. So what you need to do is put an arbitrary deadline on yourself and try to finish that song as quickly as you can. Make those choices, don't overthink it, and finish the song. All you have to do is do good enough. Because here's the thing, songwriting, learning how to write songs is like learning anything else on the guitar. It's the same as strumming. It's the same as playing scales or arpeggios. You start from zero, you suck by writing a lot of crappy songs, and then you get better as you go, and then you're writing stuff that you're proud to play for people. So don't put any undue pressure on yourself by thinking this has to be the greatest song in the world or everybody's going to hate me. That's one of the hard things about songwriting is you are being creative and you're putting yourself out there in front of other people, and you don't know what they're going to think about it. But don't worry about it, because here's the thing. Most people who hear your music are going to think, man, I wish I could do that, rather than go, wow, that song sucked, right? So remember, you can do this. You can write your own songs. All you have to do is pick some chords, sing a goofy melody over the top, put some words in that if you want, or play it on another track on your guitar, and make choices as you go and make sure that you finish the song. That's all it is. It's a series of choices. So your homework is I want you to set a goal today to write a song. Sit down, write out a song. If you've never written a song, today's going to be the day that you become a songwriter. If you have written songs, today you're going to have a new song. I just want you to feel like you can do this, because you can. It's not as hard as we tend to make it seem. Now, if you're new to songwriting and you're new to guitar and you want to be able to get some more stuff, then I have another gift for you as well. If you go to my website at simpleguitar.com/top10, there you can download my 17-page guide called The Top 10 Things to Learn on Guitar First. It's free. It's my gift to you. Go download it in a new window. But remember when I told you that I would show you a video where I show you how to play those chords that I was playing? Go check out that video right here, and it'll be on the end screen of the video too. And that way you can take those chords and you can start songwriting with them right away, because they sound great together, and it works for electric guitar or acoustic guitar, whatever you're on. So go get the top 10 things to learn on guitar first in a new tab, and then click over to watch that video on how to play these chords that honestly, I think you should learn these chords before you learn bar chords, and I will see you over there.